Right now, though, we are joined by a lady from #PI. She goes by the name Bonnie Crofford. PI, what I understand, is a moral economic ecosystem that is designed to uplift as well as empower the majority. Welcome to the show.
You read that up, be honest.
I
Because
did,
I only said,
Shout out to our producer.
I thought it was private investigator. I was like, oh yes, this is gonna go down nicely.
Well-
She's gonna tell me how to get away with murder, but not today.
Actually, no. It is a little bit of private investigation because what we've done is we've actually gone into looking at all the problems that we're suffering in society and we've looked for solutions. And so we've been working a lot in Cape Town, Western Cape, and looking at endemic issues that need to be solved. So, and obviously economically we need to change things because there are far too many poor people in our country. And we need to try change the way in which we actually do things. So the reason it's a moral economic ecosystem is because we need to instill a unified way of doing things. So it doesn't matter if you're Jewish or Muslim or Christian or where you come from or what you think. We are now in a global situation with Corona, let's face it. Bring it right into today. With Corona, we have a problem because we might have lots of international tourists stuck in our country. So what are we going to do? How are we going to house them? Not only that, but economically, there are tourism businesses closing down. There are people losing their jobs already, and we're not even at shut borders yet. So it's very, very important for us as a people, it doesn't matter where you come from, what you do, to give yourself into the system, to say, how can I be of service to ensure that we don't have economic collapse here in our country? Because we already have a lot of poor people. So we need to instigate those solutions. So we've got a couple of ideas of how we can start doing that now by working together. Every person, don't go into panic. You know, we need to be looking after one another. We're all living in an integrated society now. So now we need to looking at, I was chatting with some Zimbabwean girls the other day and they were saying, we grew up on a farm. We grew vegetables. We came to South Africa. We don't grow any vegetables. I said, right, that's your job. You live in a beautiful little townhouse complex. There's space. So let's make that happen. Let's start growing our own food and let's start alleviating all of these poverty problems that we're suffering. So that's pretty much what PI is, except we also bring in digital currencies, which is our trading mechanism, so that we don't have to rely on rands and cents anymore because we can see that starting to go a little bit. So it's an entire system that we're instigating.
Bonnie, you have over 2 decades experience in branding our clients globally. I'd like for you to share your experience with us.
Well, I started in the UK. I was very, very lucky to be living close to London early in the 2000s when the internet first came in, and I did a lot of business networking. So I was able to communicate and one-on-one with global leaders of business and people in the forefront of the industry at that time. So I learned a lot about how to promote and how to brand yourself online. That's absolutely essential in today's economy. Everybody needs to have a presence, and whether that is an Instagram presence, a Twitter presence, or preferably a LinkedIn presence, because LinkedIn is the professional place where you can present yourself. And branding is, as you guys know, I think you guys are, in the youth are much more effective in branding yourselves. You're much more confident. I'm 48, my era are a little bit, I don't need an online profile. I'm not selling anything, But actually it's very, very important to have a presence. And an effective presence.
You mentioned earlier that you guys now focusing on this the internet coins,
the digital currency.
Please explain to us what this is blockchain and crypto.
Blockchain and crypto.
In detail, what is that?
Because you were in and
we only have 2.5 seconds. Blockchain is the technology that the cryptocurrency is built on. So as we know, our economies are shifting and changing, and for some time now it's been recognized that we need an alternative that is not attached to a country. It's not attached to an entity that can control it and utilize it to do damage. So the beauty of digital currencies is that they are not they're what's known as decentralized, so they're not controlled by anyone. So Pi, for example, the system, we're still working out on the name, but I'm thinking if we call our currency Do It Better, how does that sound? It's like, do it better, man. Do it better. That's so cool, don't you think? So that's kind of the name we're playing with at the moment. And so what will happen with a digital currency is you have to have a proof that you've done something to achieve that money or that the transaction has taken place. So this is where in Bitcoin you have proof of work and they mine these coins. So in the Pi system, the way that we do it is we are of service, so that we include the entire economy into it. At the moment, as much as cryptocurrency is quite accessible, because you can buy in with 10 Rand, you still have to have 10 Rand spare to go and buy it. And let's face it, you know what, the majority of us just don't have that 10 Rand to go and put into Bitcoin and wait for it to do something. And it's in particular where we're at now. So the being of service mechanism allows us to anybody can become a part of the system. So, for example, in the settlements, if we're wanting to grow vegetables on the streets, we need to clean them first. So everybody can come in and help to clean the streets, knowing that they're getting a reward for being of service, but we're also going to be growing vegetables, so they're going to get that reward. So it's a keep giving system. It's based on sacred geometry, and also ensures us that instead of the greed mechanism and all the ego that we've got in the monetary system now, we're now giving of ourselves, knowing that we're giving into our community and we are going to be rewarded. Then those rewards will be able to be used within the community to shop and buy clothing, and as our economy grows.
If people want to find out more about you and Pi, where do they get hold of you? With social media or perhaps emails?
The best place is actually LinkedIn. You can find me under my name, Bonnie Crofford. The reason for that is because it's quite an extensive system. I'm not working on it alone. There are many of us that are putting into the system, working on things globally. But you can see the developments of the project there, and if anybody wants to get involved, or if you have an idea of anything, you're in a community and you think, wow, you know what, I really feel we need to add this into our community, please do get in touch, because we're a very big community of people who are being of service, and the more of us that give into the system, the more benefits. So everybody can be involved.
At only 48, you've done so much more things that I can only dream of. I wish we had more time with you, because I think you've got a legacy to leave behind. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Keep on touching people's lives. Well, not with this pandemic.
No, you see, us spiritual workers work from a distance anyway, so we don't need touch.
Maybe sanitize.
Sanitize. Thank you very much for inviting me. I've really enjoyed being here. It's been great. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Uboni. Find her on LinkedIn. Well, you can find us on Twitter as well as on Facebook, YouTube, as well as on Instagram. Right now, channel 263 on your DSTV. Otherwise, we great Metropole Cape Town, we are on free-to-air channel.
Yes, definitely. Stick around. We still have more for you guys, and those comments coming in the social media that Homeboy has mentioned. Right now, it's time to take a quick ad break. We'll be right back straight after this.
Yes, keep it up to Ekse.